Hello, hello, hello. We are all the way live on this Thursday morning. It is 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern. Well, we're a little bit, I'm about a minute early. I made it. I made it. All right, so we are doing some productivity sprints today. Writing sprints or productivity sprints. I have finally reached over 50,000 words on book 2 in the Mixed Girls series. And this book is called Mixed Out. And so it might surprise you why that's the title once you read the book. Poor little mixed girl is still doing well, still charting on Amazon in the bestsellers charts. And we're hoping that book 2 does the same, right? Not fingers crossed. I'm prayerfully hoping that book 2 does the same. All right. And this is a good time for everyone to focus and spend 25 minutes at a time, either writing or editing or anything that's productive when it pertains to your writing. I am at the editing portion, and right now I'm actually on like draft 2. I'm adding some scenes to the draft. So I don't know if I would say draft 2, but I'm adding scenes to the manuscript. I've added like any major scenes that pushed me to over 50,000. So I've got some little minor scenes to add to the draft. Let me know in the comments what you're working on this morning. And even if you can only do one sprint, when I was working full time, sometimes that's all I could do was just one sprint for the day. Yep. So we're going to get right into it. I keep it quiet when I do sprints. I know some people play music. I like it like quiet. I have to focus. This is my time to focus when I do writing sprints. All right. So we're going to get this thing popping. I do want to remind you to please like and subscribe on YouTube. If you're on if you're on Facebook, please like. And what else did I want to tell you guys? Oh, I do have a group on Facebook called Book Marketing Gems, and it's titled that. I've rearranged the title a couple of times, but the book it always keeps that term gems in it, and gems is an acronym that God gave me for godly entrepreneurs and marketers. And so it has a double meaning. And a few years ago, I was becoming ambitious and trying to get like really salesy in business. And God told me that the people are the true gems. Okay, not to chase the money, because the people are the true gems. And so I love helping people to write overcoming testimonial stories. They don't have to be nonfiction, but I books that help others. Like there's one lady, I helped her produce her book on how to run a boutique, and she has a boutique here in Bama. And it was an amazing book to help others overcome by giving them that knowledge that they needed. So it doesn't have to necessarily be like, necessarily scripture based or necessarily non-fiction. But I love helping people write overcoming books. Now, poor little mixed girl, it's a series. So you kind of have to go through the whole series to see LaMonica Powers, the main character, finally overcome. Okay. All right. So you guys, if you want to let me know what you're working on, you can put it in the comments. I'm going to get this timer going. We're going to do 25 minutes of focus writing or editing. I'm going to be editing scenes. And I may talk to you about what I've worked on when I come back, and you can let me know what you've been doing when we come back. All right, we're going to get ready for sprint number 1. We got 25 minutes on the clock. Let's do it. All right, just 35 seconds left on the clock. All right, I didn't let it beep long. That beeper is loud. It's almost like thank you for joining us today. What are you working on this morning? I was just sprinting. Well, not sprinting. I was just editing. Actually, I'm at the editing phase. I have a few small scenes that I want to add in. I am under pressure, y'all. I'm under the gun because this is due. Actually, I thought it was due April 7th, but it's coming out technically April 6th. Mixed out, and I have to have it to KDP by April 2nd. So I'm under the gun. All right, let's see. Aphrodite, you said you were actually cleaning your kitchen, but your computer was calling you. Hey, anything productive in between these sprints? I mean, while we're sprinting. These are productivity Pomodoro style sprints. And I do use it that way sometimes too. Yeah. So what I was working on my manuscript was I still have to convert some names because my book, even though it's technically fiction, what I'm writing right now is the second book in a series, and it's kind of creative nonfiction too, because it's based off of my true life story, true life events, is coming of age tale. So when I write the manuscript just for flow, I just put a lot of times the actual names of the people. And so some characters have names and some don't. And what's really helping me is to use a series Bible. Let me know, Aphrodite, if you've heard or used a series, heard of or used a series Bible. But yeah, so that is really helping me. It makes the process go a little bit slower, but I know it's going to help for the books that come down further in the series. So yeah, and I'm using Campfire Blaze to create the series Bible, and I found out about that from Azaria. Azaria comes on here. You have a Bible for all your works. Ooh. Okay. And wow, that's cool. Cause I just found out about it not that long ago. But I used to always write more so Christian nonfiction. And so now that I've gotten into the fiction and writing a series, I'm finding out how helpful a series Bible can be. So your last book was a coming of age tale as well. Okay. Tell me about it. What's the name of your coming of age tale? And what do you use for your series Bible? Do you use like a WikiLeaks, or not WikiLeaks, but a wiki? Writer here. Hey. Hey, writer here. How you doing? Okay. So I'll just wait for you to let me know about that. What are you working on today, writer here? And is that the name you um oh, okay. I was trying to figure that out. Okay. Oh, you're doing good. Okay. And then when you I had a whole nother when you had HBU. I'm in my 40s, so sometimes the little texting shortcuts, I don't catch what that means right away. So when you put HBU, I'm like, oh, she wants to talk about historical Black universities. I get it. You asked me, how about me? Okay. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I know you weren't yelling at me, Aphrodite. You use good old Word. Okay, and so you connect everything through Word. Do you use like macros in Word, or what do you do? Okay, so writer here, and let me know if that's what you want me to call you too, writer here. You're working on a middle grade book. That is so cool. Yeah, because Aphrodite was just telling me that she has YA that she's written. My current series is a YA series, and so you're working on middle grade. That is very interesting because when I researched like the different grade level genres, um, I found out that, which, makes sense, that when you market middle grade, you kind of have to market it more so to the parents than to the children, to the, direct reader. So does that make it, is that hard, or have you came up with come around techniques for that? Are you traditionally published versus self-published? I know that would probably make a big difference with middle grade books. But that's awesome because we can't forget about our young readers. So that is awesome. Aphrodite says she makes so many files which she prints out and have them in binders. Okay. Hey, Funky Sai. How you doing? La magnifique in le flesh. Funky Sai likes to tease me about my French name. The name is French. I am not. Call you Lex. Okay. Definitely, I will call you Lex. I'm going to try to remember that. I'm store that in my mind Bible. Okay, Aphrodite says her series is new adult, coming of age tale, but YA readers like it too. That is so cool because, from everything that I've been learning, the new adult genre is a fairly new genre. So I wonder, does that make it more up and popping? Do you have to write more to like a college world and background when it's a new adult? I would think so. Funky Side, you just love my name. Yes, thank you. You can thank my parents for that. Y'all, okay, funny story about my name, Funky Side. Yesterday I went to go get me a gym membership. Because right now it is, you would think, I'm in Bama, so it's pretty warm most of the time, but it's March, and March winds means a whole different thing in Bama. I guess it's like, I'm not originally from here, but I guess it's like tornado season. So, prayers, because today is expected to have multiple tornadoes within the state of Alabama. They did have a really hard hit one in 2011. We were in our closet like last week, and tornadoes were all over the state. Thank God they didn't get really close to my city, but they were on the outer skirts and outer edges, and they did do damage. So like really businesses shut down. It's like more serious here. Like, I'm from Michigan, so when we had a tornado warning, we were like, man. But here it's super, super serious. I know. Hey, Ashley. Hey, yeah, Roll Tide, Bama Roll Tide. Yes, multiple, yes, prayers, because yeah. So the warning starts at noon. So yeah, I ended up getting, well, I didn't get the gym membership necessarily just because of the tornadoes, because I won't be going out. Yeah, in Bama, it's for real, not like Michigan, Funky Side, where when we had a tornado warning, it was like, yeah, well, that'll pass, But also because of the pollen count, it's kind of hard for me to get out and walk during the spring. So I joined the gym. I'm going all around the mulberry bush to tell y'all this La Monique story. Anyway, so yeah, I joined the gym, and the girl who was signing me up, I'm giving her my whole spiel that I have to give everybody with my unique name. And I'm like, yes, it's La Monique. It's like Monique with LA in front. And she's like, oh, I know. My name is La Monica. And that was so cool. I'll never forget her name because that is the name of my main character, LaMonica Powers. And actually, my mom made that my nickname growing up, which I don't understand why, because I thought the purpose of a nickname was to have a shorter name. But LaMonica is just about as long as La Monique. Okay. It's more the theme of the story that makes it more new adult as opposed to young adult. My characters are late teens, but the story is dark. Okay. So, not necessarily a happy ending. I like unique endings. Okay. That's what I think of when I think of dark. All right, guys. But I love that there's the spectrum of genres that are out there and that we're covering every age. And Funky Size cracking up. Okay, so y'all, I think we better get busy. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. We better get busy. Let's do another writing sprint. 20 minutes. We're gonna put 20 minutes on the clock. I'm so glad you guys came and joined me today. Ashley says she loves a good dark story. All right, let's hit it. Let's do it. All right, 1 minute, a little over 1 minute left on the clock. Terry, it's unmuted. That's my son, y'all. I'm sorry about that. All right, timer is up. All right, so the son is in here getting ready for work, so I've kind of got my camera off while he's doing that. So y'all let me know what numbers you have. How'd it go on that split?
Alert from Google Chrome. New subscriber.
I am on chapter 12. This is like my first big edit. So I'll go several passes through the editing process. Hi, Allie. Thank you for subscribing. Good to see you. Let me know what you're working on. And everyone, let me know how your words were. Do you have a word count? Were you editing? What were you doing? You're editing draft 3, heading into act 3, Funky Sai. Cool. Draft 3. Yes, I'm only on like the second pass. And it seems like so monumental, but I try to break stuff down into chunks. And I'm like, okay, I have 24 chapters, and I'm at chapter 12, so I'm halfway there for the first round of edits. So I'm trying to encourage myself that way. And what's everybody else doing? Aphrodite, you rework your press kit and set up your April newsletter. That is not boring stuff. I love marketing materials. A press kit, that sounds fun. Are you using anything for that? I saw like a template on Canva for a press kit. That's something I definitely want to get around to. And my newsletter, that's like one of those chores, like putting your socks together that you mean to get around to. I'm like, I really, really, really need to get around to my newsletter. I wrote a newsletter like back in January, and here we are at the end of March. But I try to make sure that what I do send out my subscribers, is interesting. So they'll probably be getting something very soon, since I do have a book coming out soon. But I don't want to wait. I learned from reading the Newsletter Ninja and from David. It's hard for me to say his last name, so I'm going to call him David G. If y'all know who I'm talking about, let me know in the comments. But I learned from them it's not a good idea just to wait until we have books coming out, because then people feel like it's salesy. You're only talking to me when you're selling something. So you definitely want to like open up, let them know who you are, talk a little bit about what's going on with your writing, or even if you want to share your personal life. And I want to do those things, and I've done that back in January. But it's just, trying to fit everything in: the writing, the editing, the marketing. So, yeah, I'll be doing that too soon, Aphrodite. Funky Side said, yep, that's the best way to think of it. Chapter by chapter. Next thing you know, you're at the end. Yep, eat that elephant one piece at a time. Oh, Aphrodite, you said you don't do any. No, Funky Side was telling Aphrodite he doesn't do any writing stuff on his channel, just FYI. Okay. What do you do on your channel? You do fun stuff on your channel. I can tell by your picture that you do fun stuff on your channel, Funky Side. Aphrodite said, that's cool. All right, y'all. I am going to hurry up and put us on a closeout sprint. We'll go down to 15 minutes because I need to figure out what's going on with the weather because we do have tornado warnings here in, well, we're expecting tornado warnings. It's bad weather is expected here in Bama. And so I do need to run to the bank and stuff like that before it goes crazy. And they're thinking like at noon, I'm on Central Time. So like at noon, they're thinking we're going to be needing to be in the house. Oh, you post pics. Okay. Funky said you post pics to share mostly with your family. Okay, cool, cool. All right, y'all. So we're going to do this closeout sprint. 15 minutes this time. And if the sun is done, if my son is done, I'll come back on the camera to say bye at the end of the 15-minute sprint, okay? We're going to change our timer. Oh, it's at 25 minutes. I got to fix it. All right, 15-minute sprint on the clock. Let's do it. All right, about 20 seconds on the clock. We're counting down. Do we hear that annoying buzzer? You see a nap in your future, Aphrodite? Okay. All right, guys, that was fun. Everybody, let me know how you did. I made it to chapter 13, and my word count even went up to over 51,000. So I was at little less than that. So I, with editing, you're adding in, taking away words. Aphrodite says she's almost finished. She's gonna take a nap. I don't blame you. And Funky Side says, "Dang it, I almost got to the end of this chapter." Well, I hope we were able to all keep each other productive today. I have enjoyed my conversation with you guys. I hope you stop by more often. I am normally here Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 9 a.m. Central. However, next week I have some appointments, so I'm thinking I probably just won't stream next week because I have so many appointments. And I'm going to go ahead and go, you guys, because I want to make it out before everybody needs to shelter in place for the weather. So you guys have a great day and God bless. And I look forward to seeing you again. Make sure you're subscribed so you'll get my notifications when I come back on. Take care.